When we're children, anything seems possible. Whatever we dream of is entirely within our reach. What did you want to do when you were a kid? Become a singer? Travel the world? Drive a race car? I myself wanted to be a professional baseball player. But as we grow up, we begin to hear all of these opinions from other people. Friends, family, teachers, coaches, strangers, and society all chime in. We begin to worry about what others think. We listen to something hurtful somebody else says and start to believe that we're not good enough. We feel discouraged. We're told things like, you need to be more realistic. You need to grow up and act your age. You can't do that. And these seeds get planted in our minds and grow roots. This happens because at some point or another, we meet people that have already given up on their dreams, and they want to bring us down with them. They didn't achieve their dreams, and so they don't want to see you achieve yours either. That kind of discouragement is like a poison that spreads to our hearts and minds the moment we believe what those people said is true. So sadly, by the time many of us get to high school or college, those dreams are already long gone. A distant memory. A childish fantasy we're supposed to let go of. Yet, we go to high school anyway because we're supposed to. We do our best to get good grades, or at least the grades our parents would like, because we're supposed to. Then we graduate because we're supposed to. And then we go to college because we're supposed to. We go to college because that's the next logical step. It's what you should do. It's what smart people do. You need to go to college so you can get a good job and make money. Isn't it odd that it seems like your whole life is predetermined? Like every one of us is supposed to follow the same path and live the same life. All this time, no one is there to guide us and look out for our future. And I don't mean looking out for our financial security. I mean looking out for our happiness, our joy in life. Parents want the best for their kids, but sometimes they just aren't sure how to guide their kids in this way. And school doesn't address our joy or happiness in life a single time from kindergarten to 12th grade. Yet, we go to college anyway. We have no idea what we want to do with our lives. And how could we when we're only 17 or 18 years old? 80% of college students change their major at least once. But we go because we should. We take on sometimes $20,000 to $30,000 a year in student loan debt over 4 years. And then what happens? We graduate and still don't know what we want to do with our lives. Except, unlike before college when we had little to no responsibilities, now we have 6 months to go out and get a job so we can start paying back our student loans. The thing is, it isn't even a guarantee that you'll land a job that quickly. Many college grads send out hundreds of resumes and cover letters and struggle to land a job within a year. And guess what? Only around 30% of college graduates actually land a job within their field. So now, if you're fortunate enough to land a job, you likely join the 85% of people who hate or dislike their jobs in the world. Is that not the definition of insane? 4 years of your life, tremendous debt, just to get a job you hate that's likely not even in a field you chose in the first place. Did you know that nearly 50% of millennials who have or had student loan debt think college wasn't worthwhile? Did you know that 2/3 of American employees regret their college degrees? Did you know that 3.7 million kids are going to graduate high school this year in the US alone. If all of them went to college, that would mean 3.12 million of them would join the 85% of people who dislike or hate their jobs. Here is the truly sad part. This is when you start to feel stuck. Now you're spending 40 waking hours of your life every week doing something you hate or dislike, working for someone else, doing what you're told, just for a paycheck. And what's the paycheck for? It's so you can afford to pay your rent or live in your home, buy food, pay for your car, do some fun things with the little freedom you have on the weekends, pay off your student loan debt, and go on working your life away. It's like you're actually trapped and no one is there to help. And at this point, you dread waking up in the morning and wish the day was over before it ever even began. You wish away the only day you're guaranteed in life. How sad is that? And when you get home, your energy is zapped because what you do is unfulfilling and doesn't inspire you. After work and on the weekends, chances are you have to run errands and do chores around the house. You really start to wish for a way out of this lifestyle. You wish desperately to do something else, to change your life, to be happier. Let's really paint a picture here. Let's say you graduate when you're 22 years old and you'll live to the age of 78, which is the average US life expectancy. This means you have 56 years left. However, let's also say you average 7 hours of sleep for the rest of your life. At 49 hours per week and 2,548 hours per year, that's 142,688 hours of sleep over those 56 years. That means now you only have a little less than 40 years of waking hours left to live. But let's say you manage to get a job pretty quickly out of college. When you really think about it, a 9-to-5 actually takes up 50 hours of your week. Between the time it takes you to get up and get ready to go to work, and the time it takes you to come home and get settled and unwind, that could be 50 hours a week of your life gone. Now, you are essentially living just waiting for the weekends to arrive. So when you get into the habit of dreading getting out of bed in the morning and wishing your days away, it's safe to say we can subtract all of your work days in a year. At an average of 261 work days and the average retirement age of 65, that's another 30 years of your life gone. What you're left with is about 10 years of actual waking life left to live. And to make matters worse, there's still more you have to take into account. You'll have bad days, days when you have to do things you don't want to do, and when you're older, you may have days when you can't do things that you'd like to do. And along the way, over those 56 years, you will lose people that you love. Parents, siblings, family, friends, and pets that you couldn't spend more time with because you were busy working at a job that you didn't like for a company or an organization that will replace you in a week when you're gone. And you can never get another moment with those loved ones back. So how about it? Will you be okay at 22 years old only having 10 good years left? Obviously not. But if this has made you feel sad or worried, everything will be okay. This is what I'm here for. I help people avoid losing those other 46 years of their life. I help people avoid being limited by student loans, wishing days away, and living only for the weekends. I've helped many people discover what they'd actually love to do with their lives and how they can help others with it so that they can make a wonderful living. And I can help you too. I help people be free to spend their lives the way they would like to spend it, to be able to dedicate their time doing the things they would love to do, the things that bring them joy and happiness. Our time is so limited. To spend so much of it doing things we hate or dislike, or on things that aren't fun, inspiring, or fulfilling for us is such a waste. However you love to spend your time is how you should get to spend it. That is what I'm here for. I 100% guarantee that just one session with me and you'll have a much better idea of what you love to do with your life, or I'll give you all of your money back. Don't accept only having 10 years left. Book a session with me today, and you'll spend the rest of your life doing what you love.